I've seen the first season of One Punch Man. I've seen the first. I think I've seen the first season of One Punch Man. That's it. I'm pretty sure there's only 2, right? I have not seen any of Dragon Ball. Though I will say, I know a fair amount about Dragon Ball because of obviously my friends. I think that a lot of people know that by now.
Previously on Dragon Ball Z.
Are they not the same green alien? Is he like is that a perfect form? Isn't that what it's called, a perfect
Well,
form?
that brings us to our next question, Cinna, and let's just move on here because Piccolo and Nail are both A, midichlorians, B, Serenity. Why'd you say, oh no, there's more?
There's so many.
Whether or not those things are necessarily lore accurate or canon is neither here nor there. Moving forward, unlike the other videos, thankfully today, I doubt we will have any issues with Rule 34. So, let us begin. Originally sent to Earth as an infant, Kakarot would be adopted by Grandpa Gohan, who named him Son Goku. A head injury at early age alters Goku's memory, ridding him of his initial destructive nature and allowing him to grow up to become one of the Earth's greatest defenders. Wait, that's right. He was dropped on his head or something, right? Somebody got mad at me because I tweeted that Goku was a bad dad. And they said, you keep joking that Goku is a bad dad, which means you're making fun of mental illness because he was dropped on his head. I have never seen somebody climb such a ladder to do such a reach. I have never seen a reach that far in my life. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. Listen, you can call me a lot of things, okay? But you can't call me an ableist because I said Goku is a bad dad. Do not put that in the comments either, because the Dotto comments with the other Namekian incident of 2022, I do not need to come back. I want them all to stay away, me personally, but you know what? All right, let's move forward. He constantly strives and trains to be the greatest warrior possible, which has kept the Earth and the universe safe from destruction many times. So he's a hero, okay? But isn't he also, like, kind of mean, too?
The truth is, I'm a mean bastard and proud of it.
No, he's an idiot? Well, I mean, I'm an idiot, so you go, oh my gosh. Wait, guys, when I said that I wanted to read the wikis on these and then do a power scale, I didn't know that it was all... Guys, I don't have to read all this, right? Every single time I do an anime thing, I always instantly have regrets. It's instantaneous. It never fails. You have to know the lore? Dude, I know enough lore. The only lore I need to know from Dragon Ball is the one that matters. Fight you? No, I want to kill you. And other than that, leave me out of your sick, twisted Dragon Ball lore. I don't want to know. Okay, this is gonna sound so cringe, but can we just go over a list of his moves? Do I have to read lore too? While fighting Red Ribbon Army, Goku did not experience any serious trouble against the majority of their fighters. Okay, but if Saitama was in there, he's One Punch Man again. He's fighting like... Red Ribbon Army was also in the Dragon Ball movie. I'm gonna keep relating it to the Dragon Ball movie, I know, because that's the only Dragon Ball thing I've seen. But I felt like there were a lot of moments where it could have been over because they could have just got beaten to begin with. And also, don't even get me started on the fact that I felt like they could have just asked Shenron to get rid of the army or get rid of the problem. Like, and if they couldn't, I don't even know why they tried to assume that they could in the movie. Because in the movie, chat, everyone is gonna say, you guys are all gonna say, oh, they can't do that. Shenron can't do that. But in the movie, Piccolo straight up says, oh, I could ask Shenron to do this, but I won't because it's dishonorable. So which is it? Is he not gonna ask because it's dishonorable? Or is he not gonna ask because Shenron can't do it? Because it sounds like he could have done it, but it was dishonor. And if that's not the case, then why even act like he could do it in the movie? Dragon Ball fans don't make any sense because then some people say Shenron can't do it, but to me, from a third party, it sounded like he could. Oh my gosh, wait. I'm arguing Dragon Ball lore about Shenron. I think I'm a Dragon Ball fan. Oh no. It's over. It's over. Bro, I was just talking context clues. Goku consistently outperformed Krillin, including moving large boulders, running a 100-meter dash in 8.5 seconds. Saitama said he was able to complete a 1,500-meter dash in an instant during his hero tryouts. A 100-meter dash in 8 seconds? A 1,500-meter dash in an instant? It's not looking good, boys. It's not looking good. You said Goku was a kid. Has he since run to prove that he's faster? He can teleport now? Wait, Goku can teleport? So Saitama has to actually run. He can run very fast, but Goku can teleport? Oh. Ooh. +1 Goku on speed. Okay, what about just their moves, right? Would you say Goku's is just like, we'll talk about baseline Kamehameha versus Saitama's one punch. Because I know that Goku probably has a lot, but I think those are the main two that people talk about, right? Technically, the Kamehameha is Roshi. So he uses the Spirit Bomb. The Spirit Bomb, also known as the Spirit Blast in some censored English versions, is a powerful attack invented by King Kai. It is potentially one of the strongest attacks in the Dragon Ball series, but its strength depends on the number of organisms supporting its use. This, to me, seems bad, because if it depends on the number of organisms supporting its use, he needs assistance or it's reliant on other things in order to use it. But as far as I'm concerned, if this is his main and strongest move, and it also requires time and other people, that is not looking good for him. Because one could argue, right? One could argue that in order for him to have, like, if you have to have your gang with you, you know what I mean? You're not really running shit by yourself. Versus Saitama is just up there. He's one punch. He's literally one punch. I mean, he's capable of a lot of different things, but he's literally one punch. That's it. He punches you and you die. It's just GG's. I don't see a way where he has to have anybody around him to like crank him up. And it's not like, let me clarify. Saitama's not like Popeyes, right? Where he has to eat a bunch of spinach and then wind up and be like, oh, I got his guns. And now he can punch. I feel like he just punches. I mean, granted, listen, I don't really see a way where he's getting around this. Saitama can be outperformed by people with skills in areas outside of fighting. He was defeated by rock, paper, scissors, and he also seems to possess a normal human appetite. So essentially, Saitama's dying by things other than fighting. But if it's fighting, he's not gonna die. So, hypothetically, Goku could win if he just uses rock, paper, scissors. Am I wrong that from the outside, this feels like a given that Saitama's better? I feel like Saitama can solo the whole Dragon Ball universe because it seems to me it's pretty cut and dry that Saitama's stronger. Unless you put him in a cage and starve him, and to be honest with you, I don't see Goku doing that. I just don't see that happening. So I see this as very cut and dry. Another instance is when Sonic tries to attack Saitama with a sword. He stops the sword by catching it with his teeth. Bro. This is actually an internet argument? How? With your teeth? Bro, have you ever eaten ice cream, Chad? Have you ever eaten really cold ice cream? And like, it gets on your teeth and your teeth just, they hurt, you know what I mean? They really hurt. Like, that, like, I can't imagine. You're catching a sword with your teeth in an anime? Yeah, I think that you're the strongest person ever. You're putting anything with your teeth, I think it's just done deal. Goku caught a sword with 2 fingers, but did he catch it with his teeth? They both can tank bullets. Yeah, but which one of them punches? You know what I mean? Which one of them punches and it's just done? And which one of them needs a spirit bomb with other people in order to do their special move? I'll give Goku one more shot. The Dragon Fist is one of Goku's learnable skills in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. It starts with Goku lunging forth to blow back his target. To blow what his target? With an upwards palm strike, then throwing forth the dragon to assault his opponent in a brief tornado of... I'm confused. Let's just try to like level this out, right? Let's say Goku and Saitama are flying at each other and they both touch fists like this. One of them doing the Dragon Fist, the other one doing Saitama's one punch. I don't see... It seems like you don't want Goku to win. You're saying that, but I'm not seeing an argument of how he's beating a punch that is literally insta-kill. Chat, Saitama basically has the ability of insta-kill in Call of Duty. He basically has the ability to just insta-kill. And if you have that, right, I see Goku as like one of the zombies that's trying to attack you. But it doesn't really matter. What is this? It's a powerful ability used notably by the gods of destruction. Is it used by Goku? Not Goku has used it. Is it his move that he uses often? Like, that is his main move. It's his main move that he uses often. If it's not, that's I don't understand how you can try to argue that. Right? Like, chat, I'm trying to be rational, okay? I'm trying to be rational that if he uses this move like one time in a manga, like chapters later, I don't think that means that he still solos Saitama. The skill of the user with the Hakai depends on the size and density of the object's vacant Hakai, and thus the amount of energy that will be released during the destruction of the target. So still, mind you, the move itself is the strength of the move itself is contingent and dependent upon other various variables around them, right? Is what I just read. Meaning that by comparison, I would say that I think that One Punch Man's is still stronger because his ability is not at all dependent upon any other factor besides himself making physical contact with the person that he's punching. But this is still dependent on external variables. The weakest iteration of Hakai releases no destructive power with its usage and simply turns the target into dust. An incomplete version of this basic level can be used by someone who's powerful but has no Hakai training, such as Goku. Okay, so Goku, from what I also understand now, used the weakest iteration of the Hakai. Can the Hakai be done at range? Because if the Hakai can be done at range and can be done at an instant, then I would say that he could be then stronger than Saitama because he's ranged, right? However, when Goku did the Hakai, right? This is a lore question, okay, chat? So help me out. When Goku did the Hakai, was it one of those last-ditch efforts where he had to be in a different form? He had to be on his deathbed. He had to channel in all this other stuff. Can he just do it whenever, is my question. Whenever he wants to. Goku could be in the middle of a field and say, Hakai, bam, instantly. Like that. And that's canon. That's canon. I want to make that very clear. If that is the argument, then that's canon. He can be walking through the grocery store, okay? He can be walking through the grocery store and he gets pissed off because he drops the eggs that he just got. And then he goes, damn, I'm fucking bad. Hakai. And he just punches the grandma down the aisle, all right? Or hits her. GG's, grandma. That's it. She turns to dust. He can do that at whim. That's it. I wonder, is there a video of him doing the Hakai?
Hakai technique, there is no coming back from it. But with that, some of you are probably...
If he can use the Hakai like that, where he is grabbing somebody's hand, does he have to touch them in order to do it? No. Well, if he's ranged and he could do that at any time, he could beat Saitama technically, right? Because then I feel like if Saitama can't make contacts and he can do that whenever he wants to, then it's just GG's. Now, is it normal for him to use that during fights? I would probably argue then no, right? Because he's only used it one time in the manga. He has to actually say Hakai though. I feel like that's... It's not like he's doing like a ninjutsu, you know what I mean? It's not like he's got to do all the hand signals. He just says Hakai. I don't feel like that's that difficult to do. That doesn't take but a literal millisecond. He doesn't like the idea of the move, but if he wants to, he can. So now I guess we're breaking down into the fight of, would Goku use it during a fight with Saitama? And you guys are saying no, he would not. If he wouldn't, I would argue that that is the only move that I have seen. Let me clarify. I know, chat, you're gonna get up in arms. What about the spirit bomb? What about this? What about that? I would argue that without the Hakai, I don't... Now, again, I'm blindly saying this as a third party. I've never seen both shows, okay? Both. I've only ever seen the first season of One Punch Man. I've not read the manga, anything like that. I would argue that seems like the only move that would make him stronger than for One Punch Man, because otherwise the other moves are dependent upon too many variables, whereas Saitama's move is not dependent on any variables besides him basically getting a good night's sleep and having a good lunch. I think that would be fair, right? Because Saitama essentially has human needs like eating and sleeping and stuff like that. So other than the Hakai, which if the Hakai is not something that Goku commonly uses, I would then like to argue he probably would not use in the fight, therefore making it kind of say unless he uses that, I don't think that he's stronger, because the Spirit Bomb, for example, is dependent upon the strengths of number of organisms that are supporting its use, right? Okay, looking at stuff like that, I don't. And also, even, yeah, and we'll even give this. Saitama supposedly has super speed. If he can go to stars and stuff in a matter of seconds, I would then also argue that even with the Hakai, Goku having to say the word Hakai is not necessarily that bad of a thing to have to say. It really won't take that long. But I'd say it causes a little bit of problems. Because if I'm saying Hakai and Saitama can get to me and make contact before I finish, would that not mean then that I'm potentially at a disadvantage? Then I guess the other argument, Ultra Instinct is an ultimate technique that separates the consciousness from the body, allowing it to move and fight independent of martial arts, thoughts, and emotions. It is an extraordinary difficult technique to master, even for the Hakaishin? Is it Hakaishin? However, angels like Whis appear to have mastered it. As a result, it is known as the state of the gods. This technique uniquely manifests as a transformation in Son Goku in his most powerful form, transcending Super Saiyan Blue. Despite this, theorists and other gods recognize the transformation's completed form, hinting that it may not be completely unique to Goku. So separates the consciousness from the body, allowing it to move and fight independent of a martial arts, thoughts, and emotions. Call me unfair for this. Even though we'll say, yeah, like Goku essentially has aimbot, right? We'll say that. Like Goku is dependent on too many factors. And also, if he uses it for too long, it weakens him. So what you're saying is that essentially Goku can do this, right? He essentially has aimbot and auto dodge. He can dodge any punch that Saitama throws at him. But the longer he uses it, the weaker he gets, meaning that he gets very tired from it because it's obviously just OP, which I would then argue means that he can only dodge but for so long. And seeing as Saitama can move incredibly fast, Saitama's just running at him constantly, he's just dodging either way, right? And then eventually he's going to slow down and stop dodging. Because from what it sounds like, he's gonna get tired before Saitama is done punching. He can dodge an attack at the same time. Okay. I think that that's fair. But again, what attack is he? The only attack that he's getting off that could beat Saitama, in my opinion, would be the Hakai. Because the Spirit Bomb is dependent upon variable sources. So in a 1v1, it's a weaker attack. And any of the other ones that we've looked at seem to be dependent upon variables of other sources. And the only one that doesn't would be the Hakai, in which he would have to say the word Hakai in order to do the move, correct? Which by the time, in my opinion, I could be wrong because I haven't seen Dragon Ball. By my opinion, by the time he said the word Hakai, Saitama would just be there. Meaning, I think Saitama solos. I just think that Saitama solos. It's seeming like Goku can put up a decent fight, but if you get one punch, it's like, it's GG's, right? It's like he's playing defensive. He might be able to try to get a hit, but it just seems like Saitama solos. Maybe I'm wrong. But from the outside looking in, as somebody who has not seen either shows or either animes or read any mangas or know a lot of the lore, based off of what I have read and learned today, there are so many factors that Goku has to depend on, and Saitama just has one thing. And other than that, he eats a healthy breakfast, you know what I mean? He gets a good night's sleep, and it's kind of just GG's. But now I'm actually curious. We're not gonna get into Goku solos Luffy yet. We're not gonna get into it. We will talk about that another time. But from what I can see from right now, I think Saitama solos. I'm probably wrong. As a matter of fact, no. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong, but I gotta go with my boy Saitama. Listen, me and him have the same forehead, but that's not why I picked him, I swear. It's not.